I'm on welfare, and I support Trump. And the reason for that is because I worked from when I was 20 years old to when I was 63 years old. So I worked and paid taxes for 43 years. And for that reason, I consider myself working class, even though now, as a senior citizen, I'm in a HUD-subsidized apartment and I receive a rent subsidy. My retirement plan had been the same as my mother's. When my mother was my age, her retirement income consisted of Social Security and bank certificates of deposit that paid 10%. That was my retirement plan. You all know how that turned out. And the one and only reason that bank interest rates have gone down from 10% to a fraction of 1% is government spending, government spending, government spending. The government debt is so high that it can't afford to pay interest on its own debt, so the Federal Reserve reduces interest to essentially zero for all of us. And I do not care how much Trump did or did not pay in taxes. It's Congress that sets the tax rates. Trump paid exactly the taxes his accountant told him to pay in accordance with the tax laws Congress passed. If you have a problem with his taxes, don't vote Democrat, don't vote Republican, vote Tea Party. They advocate limited spending, balanced budgets, and term limits. But what does bother me, and bothers me a lot, is the politicians that fund projects with our taxpayers' dollars, taxpayer projects that enrich their friends and family. Hunter Biden is the best known example of this, but Hunter Biden is only the tip of the iceberg. Joe Biden got lucrative contracts for 5 family members: his brother James, his brother Frank, his sister Valerie, his son-in-law Howard, and of course his son Hunter. Joe Biden's brother James' company got a $500 million contract to build houses in Iraq. That's $500 million. Maybe that's why there was little Democratic opposition to Dick Cheney's Halliburton's no-bid contract for the Iraq War. The Democrats knew they would get their share of the pie. Then there was the Solyndra fleecing of the taxpayer. Michelle Obama's college friends company took the taxpayer for a $535 million loan for which the taxpayers got exactly nothing. Another $500 million. That's where my retirement income went. That's where your retirement income went. And that's where your retirement income will go. Nancy Pelosi's contractor husband has also been awarded government contracts for his construction company. These people are not going to change the tax rates to benefit you. They will say they will to get your vote, but I guarantee they will not vote to tax their multi-million-dollar relatives more than they are already paying. If they wanted to, they could have done it a long time ago. If they wanted to, they would have done it a long time ago. Trump's policies, on the other hand, have been great for the working class that I used to be a part of. His tax cuts benefited the working class. His trade policies ending NAFTA and TPP benefited the working class. And he does what he says he is going to do. Today's elites support the destruction wrought by Antifa and Black Lives Matter. I don't know why, but they do. George Soros is funding anarchist criminals to burn, loot, and steal. And Michael Bloomberg is bailing them out of jail in order to get them to vote Democrat. Today's elites are supporting the Democrat Party. Meanwhile, Donald Trump beat the Republican establishment, he beat the Democrat establishment, and he beat the media establishment. Trumpsters are the counterculture to the swamp. I am going to vote for Donald J. Trump, and I hope you will as well, in order to give him 4 more years to clean out the swamp. Amen.